The hardware you use on a project is really what sets things off, especially when it comes to the knobs and pulls used for the doors and drawers of a cabinet. Now for the Tambor tool cabinet that we built on the show, we wanted a really unique look to go with the streamlined design of the cabinet. And that meant flush-mounted pulls for the drawers as well as the lift rail of the cabinet. Flush-mounted hardware looks great, but the installation process is a little more involved because, unlike a knob or a pull, you can't just screw it in place. And there's a couple reasons for that. For starters, it needs to be flush. So that means accounting for the thickness of the plate on the pull. And that's going to mean cutting a shallow recess across the width of the drawer front to match that thickness. And I did that work at the table saw. With a dado blade installed, butt the workpiece against the rip fence and make a single pass. Then flip the workpiece around and repeat the process to center the recess. Well, after taking care of that shallow recess, the pull still isn't going to fit. There's a couple more steps to take care of, and that starts on the back of the pull. You'll need to account for the cup as well as the hinge mechanism, and those are going to require deeper recesses that I can take care of at the drill press. After installing a Forstner bit, I drilled a deep hole for the cup. After changing bits, I drilled a shallower hole for the hinge mechanism. Well, after drilling the two holes, you need to follow up on the hinge area by chiseling away the remaining waste to square things up. Once you do all that, you'll have a flush-mounted pull that fits great. Well, installing the rest of the flush-mounted hardware follows a similar process, but you'll need to match the operations to the actual hardware. So for the larger ring pull, it's actually a shallower recess, but a deeper recess for the hinge mechanism. And then for the lift rail, you'll actually need to create a deep U-shaped recess to accept the pull. Now, once all that's taken care of, the drawers are ready to be assembled and some final detailing can be added. And then you'll have a great looking cabinet with some flush-mounted hardware.